So we just had the developer notes for Solo Leveling Arise on the update that is going to be releasing next week, and well, let's get ahead of the game. Let's prepare ourselves. Let's get things ready so that when ALICIA drops, or even future characters, to those that are going to be skipping out ALICIA, this is completely fine. Let's get active. So what are the things that are we looking into to kind of prepare ourselves ahead of time for the ALICIA drop? Now we're going to start things off with the artifact side of things, of course, on what are we looking at. So I'll probably do a separate video just going over all the builds for what you can apply onto ALICIA, but for right now let me just get like a random character so we can just kind of, there we go, it's fine. So the initial, I would say, mainstream set that you want to cater to at the very beginning, if you can, because we got to realize that with ALICIA, she's going to come in as an offensive character, providing that damage for the water typing. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, so yeah, she's going to be coming in and providing that support for the water typing. Now, again, you can build her up in that defensive manner, but I think for the most part, because of that consistent shield play between the two girls, you can really maximize on going about doing it through just making ALICIA also offensive. So Solid Foundation is, in my opinion, going to be the main set that you want to rock with. Unfortunately, I don't have any. Okay. Oh, well, that's a perfect one. Now, predominantly you want to get attack percentage because ALICIA is going to be scaling off from attack. This is beautiful because I also want to cater to the crit hit rate, and then of course damage increase. If I can maximize that, so if I had crit hit rate with this, including damage increase, oh, that would have been so good. Oh, there you go. Yeah, this is pretty solid, so we'll just kind of throw that in. So yeah, this is going to be the main set for ALICIA. Now again, this is full on catering to the most damage that she's capable of doing, and it is from the I think it's called the cold spear attack that she's got going on. That's not too bad actually. Damage increase, attack. Okay, I'm gonna throw this on for right now, and then do I have any boots? Let's have a look. Obviously, I'm gonna be doing my runs to make sure that I can maximize my chances of actually getting some good gears. Do I have any crit down? We do have one. Defense pen, additional attack. Do I have anything else? Alright, well, this is the best I can do for right now. And then when it comes to the accessories, I think it's going to go two ways. If you are catering to the crit side, I would say it's more in the same line of Beast, although Beast works perfectly with the Berserker set, of course. If you do have that first dupe and you are catering to the crit side of her, then I mean, of course you can apply the expert set. But I think I will be playing it safe and going with the Executioner set. I think this will be the mainstream overall set to kind of go with. I mean, again, with ALICIA, the way that she's coming across, there are multiple builds that she can. Ooh, okay. If that gives me crit hit damage, that's a seller right there. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're working with. So it will be the Executioner set along with. Wait, do I have any? No, wait a minute. No. Do I not have any water? Any water? I got one right here. Oh no. So I just quickly filled out the remaining slots. Yeah, so this ring isn't too bad. If I can get damage increase in the last slot, that'd be very nice. This is the best I've got to work with, and yeah, I managed to find this little pair of earrings just kind of chilling there, hiding away. Kind of perfect, so I'll take that. Not too shabby, not too shabby. But yeah, this is pretty much going to be the mainstream basic build for ALICIA. But again, she can go other direction, but in terms of maximizing damage and trying to get the full potential of that core damage, the Solid Foundation is going to be the main set to go with 100%. And then yeah, you're just kind of capitalizing on doing a lot more, because I mean, through that ALICIA will be doing a ton of damage. So with that condition being 70%, you will quite, in my opinion, I reckon you'll quite easily get that 20% going in fairly quick, in terms of, depending on what, it really depends on the situation in the raid. So that's one thing that you want to cater to, so make sure that you are staying on top of doing your runs through your encore missions and your instant dungeons. Now, on top of that, gates are always going to be crucial due to the resources that you're able to gain, being these specific materials. So of course, when it comes to working on hunters, you want to make sure that you're keeping on top of having upgrade materials, having skill leveling up materials. So gates are always a crucial part of the game that you want to be consistently on top of. If you've got keys laying around, you want to make sure that it says 0. And you want to make sure that you're catering to either the gold, well, it's mainly the red gate that really is kind of giving you what you need. Although, the chip enhancement as well as the leveling up weapon materials are also there, so can't go wrong with that. But anyway, red gates are going to be the ones that you want to kind of focus on. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning that is one other thing which you can do ahead of time to kind of stay on top of is crafting. So obviously when ALICIA does drop, there will be an event to get her weapon for free. Now, I guess this is more for the free-to-play players, something that you guys can cater to if you choose to. If you are considering going for ALICIA and you want to make good use of her weapon, because effectively her weapon not only does it support core attacks, or for her should I say, but it is also buffing up the water units, right? Giving them that extra percentage to do more damage. Can't go wrong with that. Jiwoo herself, if you build her up in the attacking side of things, to get that extra percentage going in, we'll take that, because she does a ton of damage if you do build her that offensive manner, of course. And as you guys can see, I was considering on focusing more onto the weapon, so that way I can buff it up, because I mean, not gonna lie, you can't go wrong getting dupes on Jiwoo's weapon, to be honest, right? But played it safe, made sure that I've got resources ready, so that when ALICIA does drop, one, I've got her weapon. Because I'm as of right now, with the way that she's built, I'm probably not going to max her out. So playing it safe, I want to make sure that I can at least get a copy of her weapon. And so from that, you kind of want to be prepared ahead of time. Obviously, there are events that have been happening, which you want to capitalize and maximize on, because at the end, okay, so this event is not too bad, because of course you do get the mana crystals. So again, as you guys can see, I've got 13 boxes of these mana crystals, which I do save up in situations where if I'm running a little bit low, so that's something that you want to make sure of. But there are events that will come about where you can, as you guys can see, get these materials, although it's more on the end stage of the reward side of things. But if you guys can, because I mean, typically speaking, when it comes to certain events, they do stay around for a decent amount of times, and so through the events, I will say, is how you can truly maximize on making sure that you're stacking up on all these resources. So I've got 22 boxes of these cubes to help out leveling up characters, weapons and whatnot. So right now there is a gate exploration. Again, this is huge, right? You do the gates, you get points, and as you guys can see, they're giving you keys. These are very important in terms of to do more runs for the artifacts. And obviously these are going to be items to level up your character skills. You got the material right here that can help you awaken weapons. So events are going to be very consistent with this game, and from that we can always obtain resources that we need to help out characters for future releases. AKA, if you're staying on top of it, then you should be well prepared for ALICIA, unless you want to be over prepared for the next character. Because I've done a whole video on it with the current build of ALICIA. Some people, if they choose to, they can skip out challenges. How can I forget? Make sure you're staying on top of challenges, like I need to be, because again, you get a ton of rewards and resources that will help you out tremendously for upcoming characters. And this is one of the best ways when I first started out playing Solo Leveling Arise, where I maximized the amount of resources and gold that I got given. So do not be shy. Again, tickets right there that you guys can claim. This is going to be your best friend. Please make sure that you are getting these challenges done. You can gain so much from these. I don't know how much I can stress it, but this is an absolute godsend, I will say that. And then of course you've got the shop. You do have the shop. So obviously when it comes to the exchange shop, if you are doing the gates, effectively going into doing your mines, to then getting your mana crystals. Now I will say the keys are going to be the most important, just going to put that out there. But through here, there are more of these cubes that you can obtain. Hunter scrolls are here too. Actually, I might actually, you know what? Yeah, let me grab some of these. Why not? You got some tier 1 elixirs also to help you out. So this is just a nice little shop just to go about getting those tier 1 materials on a daily basis. So always make sure that you're maximizing these. Obviously you can always maximize on the artifact side of things. If it does come down to the whole weapon salvaging, if you're salvaging, then again in here are going to be materials to help you out with more on the weapon side of things, I will say. So you got some cube boxes that you can pick up, some mana crystals, so if you're really desperately needing and you're maybe 1 or 2 mana crystal short, then you can go about just going over here and just picking up one of these for 900. So keep that in mind. It is pretty expensive, I will admit, but it's there if you need it. To me, I would say the salvaging shop is more of a red button. If you're in need of like 1 or 2 things and you are capable and able to salvage a few of the low rarity weapons, then go for it. It's going to get more difficult because of course these infused casting purple mana crystals are only obtainable if you sell SR weapons, which currently right now you kind of don't want to do, since SR weapons will be limit breaking into SSR weapons. So that's one thing which I'll avoid. But if you are selling rare weapons, then you know, if you have the means to, then I mean you can always pick up these. But yeah, I know that this might be a bit of a big incentive, but weapons are going to be playing a big role now that in the future they are going to be upgraded, so you kind of want to make sure that you're saving all your SR weapons now. So you've also got the coins. Obviously the blue coins are going to be the ones that I would say you can just spend about. The red ones you kind of want to make sure that you're keeping hold of just in case, so that you can spend it wisely, or you can just kind of be patient about it and just kind of keep hold of your coins, because I mean the shop does reset in a long time. So depending on where you are with working on a character, you can then go to the shop if you have any of these materials left to pick up however many you need for the hunter that you're working on, aka in this instance it'll be ALICIA, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need to be doing, focusing on. I mean, of course, power of destruction, if you are doing this, then yeah, you can have this is how I've been kind of getting and stacking up on the power crystals and the cubes, of course, or the mana crystals, sorry. So power of destruction, make sure you capitalize on that. Battlefield of Trials, make sure, oh no, well, I mean technically speaking, Battlefield of Trials does give you good resources, so I mean it's not too bad if you're able to complete it. Battlefield of Time, make sure you're doing that. First time rewards do give you a decent amount of like weapon enhancement chips, tier 2 and whatnot, to help you out with like leveling up materials and whatnot, so can't go wrong with that. But yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much what you're going to be focusing on in terms of preparing for ALICIA. But that's everything. If you are going to be going for her, then yeah, that's pretty much how you're going to be maximizing your chances that when you do pull her, then you're ready to rock and roll to work on her and get her done and dusted. In terms of RNG and summons, then that's a whole different ball game, because at that point it's all on you. It's all on RNG to help you out to pull the character. In terms of pulling the character and just getting stuff prepared ahead of time, then that's pretty much what you're going to be catering to for ALICIA's drop. So yeah.